Hello, my name's Emma Spurgin Hussey. I'm an actor and writer. I've also directed and led various theatre workshops and taught over the years too. And I really like reading new scripts. John.
Hello, my name is John Michael Foulger. I'm represented by Mary Liz Management. I've been a professional actor probably over 30 years now. I'm known for TV, big screen, commercials, stage, want to do radio, haven't done it yet. And I love reading, like Emma said, new scripts, always exciting. Angela.
And my name's Angela Elliott. I'm a screenplay writer and novelist. I've been writing for about 35 years, starting in documentaries and moving into drama and TV. And yeah, like Emma said, we really like reading new scripts. So this is Monster Jackpot, and it's written by Terry Lander. Scene 1, interior bedroom, day, black screen. A Hoover starts up downstairs, fade into Bradley waking up in the bedroom. The walls are sparse. This is a home cobbled together by young adults who spend little on furniture. A cup of tea has gone cold on the bedside table, along with some buttered toast.
Bloody hell, Freya. What time do you call this?
An alarm clock shows 1 p.m. Bradley tuts and picks up his phone. He checks his banking app, which is shown on screen. There is £5.13 in the account, which says joint.
I'm having that.
He transfers £5 to his big bet account, all shown on screen. He then opens Skeleton Crew and starts playing. The reels rolling over and over as he makes 50p bets. The music is pirate themed and plays quietly in the background. He gets down to £1 before 3 neon green keys show up on the screen.
Oh, yeah. I'm winning big here. Give me a break.
He wipes his face with his hand in a sleepy manner, then moves his hand across the 3 keys, trying to decide which to pick. He settles on the left-hand symbol and presses it. A message appears. £641,902.36. Congratulations. A voice from the phone says, "Yeah."
What the?
He stares at his phone, waiting for an update. He looks round, places the phone on the bedside table and very quickly dresses, puts his phone straight in his pocket and opens the bedroom door, running down the stairs to the living room, where Freya is still hoovering. She spots him and turns the hoover off. There is beer can thrown in the corner from the night before and empty pizza boxes on the floor.
Good afternoon. Where are you off to? This is all your mess, remember?
Quick meeting.
Meeting with who? Where are you going? A job interview, I hope.
Bradley doesn't stop. He winks at Freya, skips out the door. Freya sighs and looks round.
Thanks for getting drunk and leaving me to clean up.
Freya turns the hoover back on. There is a knock on the door and a postman is there. He checks through his post as he hands a package over to Freya. One for Bradley, right?
Another one? What's he spent our money on this time?
That's me, love. I only bring the bloody things.
Sorry, bad day.
You and me both. At least you were in, I suppose. Freya takes the parcel and throws it onto the chair in among the mess.
I could open that. You're just lucky you've got such a good wife.
Day 2, interior, cross keys in, day. Bradley enters a pub, a low-lit local pub with a group of people drinking at the bar. The barman is chatting to them while cleaning glasses. Bradley looks round, puts his head down and aims for a quiet corner. He gets his phone out, which is still on big bet. Now his account balance has gone up to reflect his big win, plus the extra pound that was still in his account. So £641,993.36. The screen has returned to the play screen, inviting him to spin again, but he draws the phone closer to his face.
Insane.
Tony is in the group drinking at the bar. He notices Bradley and looks across curiously. He speaks to the barman.
I went to school with that guy. Drink with him every now and then. But he's barely even said hello.
Why don't you say hello to him then?
Hey, Bradley, what you up to? Nothing much, mate. Fuel round, mate.
Bradley rolls his eyes, closes the app and puts his phone in his pocket.
I really don't have time for this.
He gets a credit card out and approaches the bar.
Hey, Tony, how's it going, mate?
What'll it be?
A lager for me and one each, whatever that lot want.
The crowd erupts. Tony ruffles Bradley's hair and the barman pours the drink. There is general banter about people being under the thumb, left at home when they should be at the pub, as Bradley quickly drinks his pint. Tony watches him the whole time. As Bradley finishes, he speaks.
I better be going. Have a great day, yeah? Don't let this lot drink too much, mate, yeah? Not going back home, are you? I've got to text the missus. I've had some good news.
Bradley tries to get away, but Tony's suspicious look keeps him locked in place.
You've won some cash. I can see it in your face. No, not me, mate. It's, how much? Nothing. It's, the rest of the night's on this guy. He must have won a small fortune.
The crowd erupts again. The barman moves towards Bradley and leans over the bar.
That okay, pal?
Yeah, I guess so.
You sure?
Yeah, why not? Might as well stop for another couple. Now I'm here anyway.
The barman nods and starts to fill glasses as people impatiently take them off the bar. Bradley sighs as he looks around before putting a credit card on the bar.
Stick it on my credit card, will you?
Scene 3, exterior outside the Cross Keys in day. Bradley is very drunk and stumbling.
Cancel later.
Bradley walks through town, passing a woman holding a young girl's hand. Both of them look at him curiously. The woman checks her watch and shakes her head. Bradley wobbles past a few more shops, round a corner, and makes it to his house, where he slides into the back garden. He moves towards the shed, opens the door, and sits on the rusty barbecue inside. He takes his phone out and reads an email from Big Bet confirming his win and giving him instructions to withdraw his winnings. He presses the keys and withdraws the whole amount, although a message pops up to say it will be with him in 3 to 5 business days.
I need it now, Big Bet. You bloody buggers. Just spent 400 quid at the pub.
Bradley reads on further. He gets tired, closes his eyes, and falls backwards, falling asleep on the floor of the shed. Scene 4, interior of the living room, night. Bradley stumbles in, slightly drunk, but nursing a hangover that's kicking in. He takes his coat off and walks up the stairs while speaking to Freya, who sat on the sofa watching Saturday night TV.
Where the bloody hell did you get to? I've been on my own all day.
I was planning to tell you, but I won't bother if you're in this mood.
Have you been drinking again? I spent the day cleaning, and you couldn't even spend it with me.
Looks like you've been sat on your ass all day.
I'll knock you on your arse in a minute. Where do you think your junk from last night went?
Bradley closes the bedroom door upstairs unseen. The TV host invites viewers to text in and win £1 million on screen as Freya watches.
What would I do with £1 million? Buy this place? Get Mum's paid off? Get rid of that Fiat of mine? Bradley would probably just blow his half on beer.
A phone goes off next to Freya and she picks it up immediately. There's a picture of the beach from her friend who is on holiday.
Sue got a surprise holiday for my husband. I got a beer can thrown. I'd go on holiday with $1 million, though. Definitely.
Freya texts back, looks lovely. Kiss, kiss, kiss. Returns to the TV screen and dozes off. Scene 5, interior, bedroom, day. Bradley wakes up in a daze, alone. The sound of the TV comes through the floor. He sniffs the air.
Bacon.
Bradley gets out of bed gingerly, nursing his head. He starts to get dressed, then runs out of the room to be sick in the toilet next door. He returns to the bedroom to finish dressing. Once dressed, he descends the stairs to the living room where Freya is eating a bacon sandwich.
How are you, love?
Fine.
Sorry for the drinking. I think I went a bit overboard there.
And?
Did we argue last night? I'm sorry, it's just that Tony...
Tony? You went to the pub then? Nice of you to invite me. You barely know the bloke, let alone like him. Yet you spent all of a Saturday we could have been together with someone you complain about almost every weekend. Meanwhile, I spent my day cleaning up behind you and watching crappy TV just to stop myself from worrying about you. I won't make that mistake again, pal. Don't you worry.
I forgot to ask. But you wouldn't have come anyway, would you? I'm really sorry. Let me make it up to you. I need to grab a few bits in town and I'll get something extra nice, yeah?
Are you kidding? I'm back to work tomorrow. What are you getting?
Knickknacks, babes. Something, stuff we don't have in the house. I'll be back tonight and I promise this evening will be all ours.
Bradley blows Freya a kiss. Freya shakes her head as she watches him disappear out of the door. Scene 6, exterior montage day, with music playing in the background. Bradley enjoys his newfound wealth in very simple ways. He gets himself a big breakfast at the local cafe. He leaves a big tip and then goes shopping. He buys t-shirts and shoes from surf outlets. The till registers hundreds of pounds spent and he uses his credit card for every transaction. With bags full of clothes, he passes a jeweler and looks in the window at expensive rings, watches and bracelets. They sparkle clearly behind the glass. Bradley smiles widely as he enters the shop. Scene 7, interior jeweler day. Bradley looks round at the rings inside while a cashier finishes a purchase with another customer. He gets her attention and they start to chat.
I need to get my wife a diamond ring. I had a little too much to drink last night and the night before.
I don't think we have any sorry I got drunk rings, but can I get anything for you to look at from the cases?
Yes, please.
He points to the glass case containing rings and the cashier pulls them out for him to study. He looks at the price tags, all are around the £1,000 mark. Finally, he settles on a solitaire.
I bought her a solitaire for about 100 quid when we got married. Looks like a speck of sand on her finger. That would look pretty decent, though.
Excellent choice. Do you know her size? If not, you could always bring it back and exchange it.
Not a clue. Skinnier than this.
Bradley holds up a non-offensive finger. Not a problem, my lovely. I'll sort that out for you. Bradley is attracted to a case of Rolex watches nearby as the cashier pulls the rings away and rings up his purchase. He studies these more closely than he looked at any of the rings, looking at the straps and the back, as well as taking in the detail of the faces.
My dad had a watch just like that. He bought it back from Tenerife. Said it cost him 20 quid.
There's a good chance it wasn't genuine, sir. These come with a guarantee of accuracy for their lifetime.
Can I get that one as well, please? I mean, it's nice, but more importantly, it reminds me of the good times with my parents.
That's not a problem. The ring is £1,000 and that particular watch will be 11,000 on pop. Is that okay?
Sure thing.
Can I interest you in our store credit? The application will only take a moment and you'll be able to put all of this onto one card.
It's all good. I've got this one.
Bradley hands over his credit card and the cashier looks disappointed as they complete the transaction. That's all done for you, sir. Thank you. Have a great day.
I will. You too. Cheers.
Scene 8, interior living room day. Freya is asleep on the sofa. Her face is a picture of concern and stress. There is a knock on the door. It wakes Freya, who answers it. Bailiff is standing with a clipboard and lanyard, looking very stern.
Hello, can I help you?
I'm with Wilson and Bennett Debt Recovery Services. Are you the owner of this residence here, please?
Yes, I live here, but we don't have any debts, not like that.
I'm afraid that the amount of £632 is outstanding to Fir Warmth Electricity, to Fir Warmth Energy, for your gas and electricity, and I'm here to collect the cash or goods to that amount today. Otherwise, the court summons will be issued and will attach further charges.
Could you come in? It's just that the neighbours like to... Can we talk about this, please?
Freya is visibly distraught and attempts to get the bailiff off the front door.
We don't have anything worth anything. I'm really sorry.
Is it possible to use a credit card or a debit card to cover the amount?
632 quid. Not a chance, no way. What am I meant to do? This is my husband's job normally. I say job.
Okay, we're at the end of page 10. Okay, guys, thoughts on this?
you want to go first, John, or shall I?
You go first.
You go? Okay. I think it's interesting. I think I know what John's going to ask. He's going to say where and when, place and time. And I think Angela will say check format, check how to format, because we don't really know how long a page is going to run when you've got it really, sort of filling up with lots of stay well, it would be, action, I suppose it is, isn't it? Sort of stage business. And so yeah, have a think about how you can put across what really is. You see, it's come from a novel, hasn't it, or a novella. And I'm just thinking, what needs to be there and what can you leave for actors, directors, other creatives, because obviously it's all a team thing, it's different. What can you leave for other people to bring to it? Because otherwise I think people can feel a little bit like sort of chessmen being moved about the board if you tell them exactly what you want. So what's non-negotiable for you, or what do you hope is non-negotiable, and what can other people bring to it, other people working on the project, I would suggest. I think, it's very interesting. He's, playing a sort of a game, isn't he, when he's gambling? And I'm just thinking it could be sort of done in quite a cartoony style, quite a sort of video game style, which might be good fun. I thought it was in Cornwall just because I saw, your address was in Cornwall, and because there were surf shops. But I mean, I suppose it could be anywhere, really, couldn't it? And yeah, just I don't know. Is it for television? Is it a film? I'm not quite sure what what you're intending to do with it, but it is fun, and I think you do feel for these people. Bradley is sort of hapless, and Freya is obviously trying to sort of have some kind of relationship with this with this man, and yeah, I think it's interesting, and I would like to see what happens next, and I think you've given us the whole thing, so I guess we could have a little read beyond that at some point if we had a minute. So yeah, I think yeah, things to look at there, but I think stuff definitely to build on.
Thanks, Emma. John.
Well, Emma preempt me to where and when, which is not a bad thing, because you'll now get told it again, where and when. This always helps out, because with the where, it gives people an idea of what potential action might be required for the artists who are going to be involved. I mean, there's no good having somebody who's got a broad Yorkshire accent and they're playing somebody in New York, because it doesn't work. So we always need to know where it is, and when it is also dictates an awful lot about what the characters will be like. With your script, in the first 10 pages, I'm not sure whether this is a drama or a comedy. I would like the idea of it being a comedy, because there's an awful lot of fun in that. I suppose we can all see a bit of each other in that. So I enjoyed that. I'm intrigued as to where it's going to go. So I shall be reading the rest of it, as Emma suggests. But all in all, I kind of enjoyed it. So thank you.
Thank you, John. I'm just making a note here. Yes, I am going to say format, because that's my thing, and because it's at the moment, and knowing that this comes from a novella, at the moment it still reads like a novella, with just the dialogue separated out from your action, and you need to be clearer about your format, not insofar as that there's a lot of rules or anything, except that what I always say is that a script is not the story, just the story. A script is an instruction manual to the people who are making the film, behind camera and in front of the camera, and plus story. And so it's a very difficult thing to do. It's a very difficult balancing act. But just to give you a few pointers. So, for instance, we've got a lot of description in places And I'm going to jump into page 6 because that was what I was just on, and it was the thing that I just made one word note to myself. On page, is it page 6? Page 5. On page 5, when Bradley walks through town, he passes a woman holding a young girl's hand. Fine. That's all fine till we get to his house. Okay. And then he goes into his back garden. Okay, so I would at that point make a division between walking through town, and then I would have another scene perhaps, but include the word continuous after the scene headings so that you can see it's a continuous action. But it depends where his house is, doesn't it? How close to town is it? You know, so that might be a directorial decision there, that you might cut between him walking through town and then suddenly he's at his house, you know. So that's the sort of thing that you need to think about. But then he moves to the shed, opens the door, and sits on a barbecue inside. That is now an interior scene. Okay, that's not part of the previous scene. So you've got another scene there, and then he takes out his phone, etc. So it's being clear about those kind of things. And in actual fact, if you go back to page 1, so there's a few little things like fade in to Bradley waking up in the bedroom. The fade in comes right at the top of your script. That's always the first 2 words on any script is fade in. And then you have interior bedroom day. You don't need the scene 1. Interior bedroom day. And the Hoover starts up. So there's a few little, if you look online, you can find lots of information about format. And there are lots of little sort of useful phrases, if you like, little words that we use for things. So Hoover starts up downstairs. You would actually have a Hoover starts up OS, which is off screen. So there's an instruction. It's off screen. It doesn't matter whether you tell us whether it's downstairs or not. And then you sort of move through that. I think the other thing that I want to pick up on is we don't know the ages of these people or anything about them. And it's usual to include an age or a ballpark figure and a tag word. Now, the tag word these days tends not to be descriptive of the person's physical appearance. It used to be, but it tends not to be. It tends to give us more of an idea about what that person's like. So, for instance, Bradley, 30s, feckless, or Bradley, 30s, messy, or, you know, it's something so that we can get in our heads what that character's like. What's my other notes? I kind of think I've you've got a few typos, but they're not, you know, they're neither here nor there really. You can always clean up typos. Yes, John.
Just along the lines of this major jackpot, but a bit more reality to it. A friend of mine won $500,000 on one of these online bet things. And he was going to be like Bradley, go on a mad spending spree. And his wife said to him, wait until it's in your bank.
Yeah.
It turned out the $500,000 he'd won were credits to the game.
Oh,
not real money. Yes. So she saved him from an awful lot of debt.
yeah, absolutely. That's another twist
I'm
of
just
that, isn't
wondering if
it?
this Bradley thing is the same.
Yeah. But to say the story, just to complete what I was going to say, is that the story rolls out quite nicely. It's believable, you know, that this is what you'd do. You'd go bloody crazy, wouldn't you? I mean, if your first thought is to get blind drunk and go crazy and then, you know, worry about it later. So yeah, that's rolling out really nicely, and I would definitely like to know what this poor guy gets himself into. So thank you for that.